So they've discovered this boat-shaped structure over the mountains of Ararat, and they discovered this a while ago, but they're just now starting to gain more and more access to this site, and are able to start doing a little more research on this site. And the researchers have done some scans now. They've used this scanning technology to also look at the pyramids over in Egypt. And so they're using the scanning technology to basically scan this mountainside, and what they've discovered, it's definitely unique. So I'm just going to play the video and let you guys watch.
Get ready for this one. A team of American researchers working in the high mountains of Turkey have uncovered what appear to be hidden tunnels similar to the descriptions of the biblical account of Noah's Ark.
Our next guest says his newly found evidence can prove that Noah's Ark did in fact exist, turning this biblical mystery into a reality. Joining us now from Turkey is one of those researchers from Noah's Ark Scans, Andrew Jones. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us and for all the good work that you're doing. This is fascinating. Tell us about your findings that could prove the real-life existence of Noah's Ark.
Thank you for having me on. Yes, greetings from the mountains of Ararat, where the Bible says the ark landed. I'm about 1 mile from the Iranian border, and in this remote area, this boat formation was discovered in 1959. But our new research has shown that there are tunnels about 4 meters down and about 2 meters high going down the center of the boat and on the inside edge of the hull shape. And so we really believe that this layout showing tunnels and also possible support beams and walls would suggest that it's a man-made object and not just a natural formation.
Yeah, many geologists disagree with that. They say, look, this is just a natural formation. But gosh, Andrew, when I look at that, it doesn't look very natural to me. What's your response to those geologists?
Yeah, so first of all, you have to explain how did an earthen formation get into the shape of a ship, and then is exactly 300 cubits long, which is the length given in the book of Genesis in the Bible. And so we have the exact length, we have the ship shape, and we're in the right location. And now we're also seeing that the soil inside is different from right outside the formation. So we have 3 times more organic matter found inside versus right outside. So it's a distinct object and not just part of the mountainside.
So if this isn't cool, I don't know what is. So we're just going to look at the book of Genesis. And so in Genesis 6:14, it talks about, and basically God's telling Noah to build this ark. And he says, so make yourself an ark out of cypress wood, make rooms in it, and coat it with pitch inside and out, which is basically like tar. And then in verse 15, it says, this is how you are to build the ark. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Make a roof for it, leaving below the roof an opening 1 cubit high all around. Put a door in the side of the ark, and make the lower and middle upper decks. And it goes into more detail, basically telling Noah how to make this ark. But again, this structure over there in Turkey, over the mountains of Ararat, this structure fits the description, the length of this boat. Not only that, but then in Genesis 8, so after the flood has receded and all the water's gone, this is in Genesis 8, verse 3, it says, the water receded steadily from the earth, and at the end of 150 days, the water had gone down. And on the 17th day of the 7th month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. And so not only does this structure fit the size and shape of the ark that's described in the Bible, but it also is in the area and in the mountain region that the Bible says that this boat came to rest. So I just think this is absolutely wonderful. And I'll just continue to play the rest of it and let you guys watch.
Can you take your work underground and explore some of these tunnels to get a definitive answer?
That is the next goal. And we're really hoping that the Turkish universities will be able to do that. And so that's the plan, and that's what we've suggested. And we're even wanting to help with designing a robot that can go down into these tunnels and film and take samples.
I understand that your organization is called Noah's Ark Scans, which probably answers my next question for me. But in your heart of hearts, based upon all the time and all the effort that you have put into this, do you truly believe that you have found Noah's Ark?
Yes, I do believe that this is the real decayed, buried remains of Noah's Ark, the famous ship. And we're doing our best to convince the skeptics and show the world this site.
Is your goal scientific, or is it to strengthen people's faith, Andrew?
I think it happens both ways. So you find an archaeological site like this out in the mountains, the archaeologists get involved, they do the science, and then, of course, the faithful will want to come out and see it. And for them, it affirms, I'm a Christian, so it affirms our belief in the biblical account.
Amazing.
I love it.
This is the greatest story
I could spend all day talking to you.
we've ever done. Andrew Jones, best of luck to you. We will be watching this.
Man, it's really neat to see when science and archaeology and the Bible all come together. And for us as believers, all this does, it just reaffirms our faith and confirms that which we already knew to be true. And just encourages us all the more to just continue to live until Christ returns. And then for the unbeliever, hopefully this just starts to get people's attention and let people know that, hey, this book, this thing that's called the Bible, this is a history book. This isn't just some fairy tale. This is a history book, and this is the truth of all humanity since the beginning of creation for all time. And so I hope this encourages you guys in your faith. And for those of you who are not believers, I hope this causes you to at least start asking some questions and start doing some research for yourself. But to end out this little segment, what we've done is we've partnered with Lifeblood Ministries. And what we've done is we've taken these aerial images of this mountain, of this boat-shaped structure. And what we've done is we've taken this image of this boat-shaped structure and we've actually pulled it up out of the mountains to form what we believe could potentially be Noah's Ark. So if you enjoyed those visuals from Lifeblood Ministries, make sure you go subscribe to their YouTube channel and also subscribe to ours. We hope this encourages you in your faith, and God bless.